Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Be Patient, Be Present, Be Joyful. I've lost track of the episode numbers. I'm going to take an educated guess and let you know that this is somewhere between 38 and 39. I'm leaning more towards 39. In fact, I can actually take a quick glance right here and tell you in about 10 seconds, and I will let you know that this is episode 39, and I am calling episode 39 Take a Look at These Hands. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Talking Heads song Born Under Punches, but one of the lines in it, David Byrne shouts out quite emphatically, "Take a look at these hands!" And that's where the concept, well, not the concept, but the title, I suppose, came from. Big fan of Talking Heads. Um, so I always like to give a little tribute when I can. So every Sunday, I do a walking meditation. There's a field out behind my house, and this started shortly before COVID, actually. And then once COVID kicked into gear and we were really trapped at home here in New Jersey, we were not supposed to go anywhere when everything first happened. They didn't know what was going on. And so I literally was stuck to my backyard. And then, thank goodness there's a field behind it. So every Sunday I do a walking meditation. I think I mentioned in my last podcast what a big fan I am of Dr. Joe Dispenza and his meditations and his books. And so one of his meditations, actually two of his meditations, are walking meditations. And so every Sunday, that's my church. Every Sunday, I go out there and I spend an hour plus walking around the field, meditating, thinking about life, creating the life that I desire, being grateful for the life that I desire, surrounding myself in nature, taking it all in. It really is a highlight of my week on a regular basis. And recently, after completing one, or maybe somewhere in the middle, I had this realization or just this vision or this awareness, I don't know what you want to call it, um, of like what it would be like to, instead of being born as an infant and having to figure everything out and have to go through all the stages of youth and life to understand what it is to be human, what it might be like if I woke up suddenly as an adult human, meaning I came into consciousness and I was standing in a human adult body. Uh, and so I literally, in this vision, and after I kind of came out of this meditation, like opened my eyes and was looking at my hands. And that's where the phrase take a look at these hands applies here for today's episode. Um, and I realized, like, if I'm feeling stressed, if I'm feeling overwhelmed at any given moment, I can close my eyes for a minute, take a moment to breathe, take a moment to be present, take a moment to create gratitude for life in the now, open my eyes and realize that I am here as consciousness in this body and that this moment is a gift and that I can do whatever I want with it. I can be whoever I want in the moment. I don't have to look at 5 minutes ago when I was stressed or angry about something, or last week or last year or 10 years ago. I can literally look at each moment. I can look at and so I bring this up because since I had this experience, I've since have had, the occasional stressful moment. I've got a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old at home, and I'm teaching them. I've suddenly become a homeschooler due to COVID scenario, 3 out of 5 days a week. Trying to build several businesses on top of that, or I should say, not trying, but building several businesses on that. Working with my coaching clients, being a husband, doing all the things that I do. Occasionally, as a human being, it can be a little bit overwhelming. And so, in those moments of slight overwhelm, I found myself going back to take a look at these hands and to closing my eyes for a moment and then reopening them and looking at both my hands as if I'm looking at them for the first time and as if I'm now this human being who has an opportunity to do whatever the heck I want to and be whoever the heck I want to and show up in any way. And oh my gosh, that this body is a gift. What am I going to do with it? So I share this experience with you guys I'm hoping as a tip. That suddenly that comes humorous to me. Many of you, I guess, who know me know that I lost the tip of my finger in a wretched snow blowing accident couple about 10 years ago. And so I look at my hands and I say, here's a tip. There's an inside joke there. So I digress again. But you guys out there, listen, I mean, if you're having a stressful moment, imagine, just feel free to create a you that is imagining uh, what it would be like to be stepping into this body for the first time in this moment. You wouldn't care so much about what you did 10 years ago or 5 years ago or last week. You wouldn't really care what you did 7 minutes ago because it doesn't matter. All that matters is now. Who do you want to be now? Take a look at these hands. These are awesome hands that are attached to an awesome, magnificent body. You are literally, your whole physical body is made up of cells, which are made up of trillions of atoms, and those atoms are pure energy, and they're the same thing that make up the sun and the stars and the moon and the earth and everything that you could possibly ever see. And so when you recognize the magnificence of your body, that you are human, but you are also everything, and you are connected to everything. And when we think about this and we decide to choose these thoughts that make us aware of this, it gives us an opportunity to decide that we are a child of God. We are made of greatness. We are literally magnificent beings. And when we get caught up in the stress of our story or our history, instead of the magic of the now and our ability to create in the now and create a person who is patient and to create a person who is present and to create a person who is joyful and loving and compassionate and generous and grateful for life itself, we start to recognize that that is always a choice, because it just is. Because life, at any given moment, we have the power to choose our thoughts. And when we start to build up that habit of choosing thoughts that serve our purpose and serve our future and serve others, that's when we really begin to live on purpose. That's when we begin to take control of our life. That's when we begin to magnetize the experience that we want to our lives. Instead of chasing the dream, chasing the life that we feel will make us happy, by creating joy in the moment, you no longer need to chase, because you are happy. You are here now. And then from a quantum level, you then attract the experiences that you want into your life instead of having to chase them. So next time you're stressed, take a look at these hands. Recognize what a gift the moment is. I use it as a great reset anytime it's necessary, and it has certainly served me, and so I was excited to share it with you guys. Hope this has been beneficial to you. By the way, on a quick side note, I just want to point out for any of those of you, I recognize we literally have had 30,000 downloads of my podcast in the past 2 weeks, which makes about 60,000 in the past month. So to all the new listeners out there, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for checking me out. I have to do some house cleaning and say, definitely check out my book, Be Patient, Be Present, Be Joyful. Unanimous 5-star reviews. Actually, there's one 4-star, but other than that, they're all 5-star reviews on Amazon. And then also, if you kind of like what I have to say, especially if you're a solopreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're running a business of any type where sales is involved, I am the headmaster of mindset for a company called Teach Me to Sell. TeachMeToSell.com. I've got an amazing partner named Kirk Van, almost said his name wrong, Kirk Van Linden. And if you check out our YouTube channel, listen, I'm not asking you to buy anything. Just go check out our YouTube channel. We've got about 30 or 40 videos on there right now. I give tips on mindset. He gives tips on sales training for the solopreneur. We particularly want to work with service-oriented solopreneurs, or what we're calling SOSs. So just go to YouTube and just search Teach Me to Sell, and that will come up for you as well. So in the meantime, though, take a look at these hands. Recognize that they're there for you. Recognize that you can do whatever you want with them and the rest of your mind and your body as well. Every single moment is a gift. Every single moment is an opportunity for you to decide who you want to be and do something about it. And by the time you realize that and start taking responsibility towards that behavior, the more you start to really live life the way it is meant to be lived, from my experience. I appreciate you. I appreciate your awesomeness. I appreciate you making the time to listen to my words today, wherever you are and whenever you are. Thank you for being you. I look forward to connecting again soon.